Hello, good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to our first webinar session dedicated to SecurIT Open Call. And today with me is also Adeline. She's the coordinator of SecurIT project from Safe Cluster. Hello, Adeline.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this webinar on SecurIT. So as Ursula said, I am the project manager in Safe Cluster in Aix-en-Provence in France, and I'm the project coordinator of SecurIT. And we are very happy to have you on board for the upcoming open call of SecurIT today.
Thank you. And my name is Ursula. I'm from Funding Box in SecurIT project. We are leading the task about open call management and distribution of funding. And Funding Box is a go-to funding platform for entrepreneurs. We're providing an ecosystem of funding opportunities, know-how, tech connection, and tools. And we are one of the largest European deep tech ecosystem. At the beginning, before we start going deeper into SecurIT, I would like to inform you that the session will be recorded. And also, at the end of the session, we will have a question and answer session. So if you will have any comments or a question, please write it in the question box and we'll collect it and read it when comes time for the question and answer. Okay, so let's start. In our agenda today, I would like to present the requirements about SecurIT open calls. Then I would like to introduce you the process of selection and selection criteria. Then I would like to give you some tips how to apply. And after this, we will have a session for question and answer. And at the end, we'll dedicate some time for pitches from applicants who are looking for consortium partners to apply to our open call. So first, I would like to introduce you a bit the project. So what is about SecurIT? So SecurIT is a project, European-founded project, dedicated to a new industrial value chain for safe and secure and resistant cities and territories. The main goal of this project is to support European security SME in the development of innovations for safer and more resilient cities and territories. How we are going to do this? By financing and support of development of collaborative project, but we're addressing one of our challenges. And we also would like to promote cross-border collaboration between SMEs and other actors on the security market. We will do it using funding. The big part of SecurIT project budget is dedicated to support SMEs. It's called this mechanism called cascade funding, or FSTP, means financial support to third parties. And when we would like to do it, we would like to do it in two open calls. The first one has just been launched in January and will have a deadline at 26th of April. This project is leading by Safe Cluster and is composed of 8 partners from different European countries. Most of partners are cluster operating in security or cyber security domains. When you know the background, let's dive into the details of the open call. At the beginning, I would like to show you some numbers. So under this first open call, we would like to select up to 21 projects, and we would like to support at least 42 SMEs. Each project should be submitted by consortia composed of at least 2 SMEs. And we also offering 2 different type of funding instrument: prototyping instrument, where you can receive up to 74,000 euro per project, and demonstration instrument, when you can receive up to 88,000 euro per project. In both cases, the maximum amount of support per one SME is 60,000 euro, sorry, and it's up to consortium how the money will be distributed within each consortium. And we are offering support for the period which lasts up to 12 months. Who we are looking for? As I mentioned before, we are looking for consortia composed of at least 2 SMEs, and SMEs should be registered legal person. Companies should be registered in one of the member states of European Union or its overseas countries and territories, or in associate countries. Our additional requirements are that at least one SME should be a technology provider or solution provider. There shouldn't be any formal links or personal links among consortium partners. So both consortium partners should be independent from each other, and it will be good if at least one consortium member have experience in project domain. If you're struggling in finding your partner and you don't know how you can find your consortium partner, we will organize a matchmaking session. The first upcoming matchmaking session will be held in 17th February at the afternoon. You can click the registration link that is copy in the chat. You can also find more information how to register and the timeline of the session, of the matchmaking session, on the main project website as well. And also we'll distribute this presentation after the webinar, so you will find the link there. So we encourage you to join the session if you are looking for a partner. What type of project we would like to support? So basically, we're looking for a project that address development and implementation of technology and system that are related to specific challenges that were defined prior to the open call, and that are in the following areas: cybersecurity and digital applications applying to security solution. In case of demonstration project, it should be demonstrated in some kind of operational environment, and this demonstration should be considered as very close to the market. What about TRL? So technology readiness level for both type of funding instrument. During the application phase, your project should be at minimum TRL 5. At the end of support program, after 12 months, you should reach TRL 6 or 7 in case of prototyping instrument, or 8 and 9 or 9 in case of demonstration instrument. How to choose the right instrument? So it will depend on the maturity of your solution and how far you would like to go with the funding during the support program. So if you are interested in building the prototype or minimum valuable product of your solution, apply to prototyping instrument. If you already have a prototype or MVP and would like to pilot them, we encourage you to apply to demonstration instrument. Please also note that for the demonstration instrument, we are expecting that you will describe how you would like to perform your demonstration process, where you would like to do it, how, with whom, in the application form. As I mentioned before, each application in project should address security challenges. So what are the challenges? Challenges were defined in cooperation with end users, and they define 3 main domains that we should take into account. So first domain is sensitive infrastructure protection. The second domain is disaster resilience, and the third domain is public space protection major event. And now I would like to talk a little bit about each domain. So first domain, sensitive infrastructure protection, is targeting service-oriented and life-saving industrial facilities like airports, hospital, infrastructure, and other operators. And when you would like to apply to this domain, you should take into account the different expectations mentioned before by end user. There are maintainability, acceptable prices, anticipation of analysis, and interoperability with existing solution. Under these subdomains, we identify 4 subdomains: cybersecurity, operation, identification and access control, and zone security and perimeter protection. Under each, we identify also challenges and potential area of needs. So, for example, for cybersecurity, the area of needs is the development of cybersecurity solution for sensitive infrastructure protection. Under operation, it's optimization of communication networks and alert system. Under identification and access control is development and optimization of identification access control for rapid access. And for zone security and perimeter protections is development of solution to detect and locate any intruders. You can learn more about each domain. You can also check the examples and illustration of each domains and challenge in the guide for applicants, the certificated annex. You can also find information on our open call website and also in the main project website. I hope that you will find a suitable link in the chat. And under a second domain, disaster resilience, we are looking for improvement of prevention and preparedness for in case of disaster, and target and user are first responders, cities and territories, and the governmental structures. And solution developed under this area should take into account the involvement and acceptance of citizens, transparency, and also should take into account the need to ensure business continuity. We identify 3 subdomains and respective challenges and potential area of needs here. So we divide it into 3 stages: prior to the crisis, during the crisis, and after the crisis. And area of needs here are optimization of prediction of disaster, optimization of communication and warning system in case of disaster, and development of solutions for a better recovery. For more example, we can refer to the documents that are mentioned before. And the last domain is public spaces protection and major events. And the goal of this domain is to implement a solution that includes some artificial intelligence aspect, cloud computing, big data, whenever it's possible. And target and user are citizen territories, and especially places as stations, places open to the public as stadium, concert area, and others. And solution developed under this domain should take into account the protection of personal data. Here we specify 4 subdomains and respective potential area of needs. Detection and alerts, and here we would like to address a challenge, gather and manage real-time information. Under analysis subdomain, we would like to address the challenge, analyze and extract pertinent and potentially crucial information as quick as possible. Under command and control, resource management and decision-making support domain, we'd like to solve challenges related to communication network and post-event analysis. And under data protection and cybersecurity and cybercrime, we identify the challenge code detection. So more information as before you can find in Guide for Applicants and on project and open call websites. Based on information provided before, we elaborated different examples of IDEA project. So first is addressing the challenge identification access control. And in this case, we have a consortium of 2 SME, one from Austria and one from Spain. They together propose a digital solution that permits access control with an intelligent badge system for authorized person in charge of protection of critical and sensitive venues. And this consortium applied to the demonstration instrument to test in near real environment-based solution. Another example addressing challenge prior to crisis prediction, risk knowledge and evaluation. And in this case, the proposal is prepared by two SMEs, one from Netherlands, the second one from Bulgaria, and they gather together tools to map the vulnerability of the territories. And we would like to develop a product that includes some AI analysis and AI tools. More example you can find also in the guide for applicants. And now I would like to introduce you the selection process and criteria. If you are wondering how we will evaluate your proposal, so here is the graph. Each proposal will need to go through the different stages of evaluation process. After submission of proposal, we will do the first eligibility check to check really basic information. And then if we receive a huge amount of application, we will also apply a prescoring to do the first preselection. And then the preselected proposal will be sent to external evaluation. It means that each proposal will be evaluated by 3 independent experts, experts in security, cybersecurity, and business sectors. And then if you receive scores above a threshold, you will be invited, or your proposal will be invited to consensus meeting, where we do next selection. And after this, 31 the best proposal will be invited to jury day, and the jury day is more interactive, so you will be invited to the jury day to give a pitch about your project, and based on the results we will make a final decision to select up to 21 applicants that will be invited to final formal legal SME and ethical check before signing the sub-grant agreement and before the support program will start. What are the selection criteria? So a different group of selection criteria. So first group is eligibility criteria. So this is general rules that we will use to check and verify the application at the beginning. Then we have kind of pre-scoring criteria. So with pre-scoring, as I mentioned before, will be applied only if we receive more than 60 eligible proposals. Then we have awarding criteria, so criteria that will be evaluated by external experts. Criteria divided into 3 groups: excellent, impact, and implementation. And also here we have extra bonus for international consortia. We also have transversal criteria, such as your contribution to low carbon economy, equal opportunities, gender balance, and social impact. So let's check what are the eligibility criteria. So first are European dimension. So we check if your project has European dimension. It means that we'll check if your solution has a good impact on European Union economy or society as well. Then we check if your proposal is submitted on time throughout our online application form and before the deadline. The deadline is 26 April at 5 o'clock afternoon. Your all questions in the application form must be answered. And important, only 1 proposal per SME and per consortium can be submitted. It refers to both instruments, so we will check if you submit only 1 proposal. If we identify that more proposals submitted by you, by your consortium partner, or by your consortium, only the proposal that was last edited will be evaluated. The application must be submitted in English. There shouldn't be any conflict of interest between you and our consortium partners. We also check your finances situation. So you shouldn't be under liquidation, or you shouldn't be in difficulties. And also your project must be based on your original work. So you should be owner of IP rights that you are going to develop, use for your project, or you should have rights to use a license of somebody else intellectual property. What is prescoring? So the next evaluation stage is prescoring, and Funding Box system will automatically assign scores according to the criteria that specify also in the guide for applicants. So please check those criteria before submitting your application. And SecurIT refers to dedication to the project, your team skills, your experience in the target market, scalability of your solution, market opportunity, your status at technological level, human resources that you are going to use developing your solution, and consortium composition at a geographical level. After applying prescoring, then there will be external evaluation stage, and here we will have 3 different type of criteria, and each proposal will be evaluated by 3 external independent evaluator, and each of them can assign scores from 0 to 5 for each criteria. So under excellence section, evaluators will assess ambition and innovation. This means that they check if your project is beyond the state of the art and what's your innovation approach. If you are applying a new concept, if you are going to develop new product, new service, and they also check the level of innovation within the market that you would like to place your product. Under impact section, evaluators will check and assess your market opportunity, competition, and commercial strategy and scalability. That means that you need to demonstrate idea of what you want to do, what is market potential of your product, of your solution, and also you should provide information about the competition of your market and how your product, your new solution will differ from the competitors. You should also provide us information about commercial strategy and scalability of your solution. So you should inform if your solution can be scaled. This means can solve not only your problem or problem of market niche, but can be also scaled to solve some more sector or structural problems. Under implementation section, we will check your team, your resources, and how you are prepared to handle the risk during the implementation of a project. So basically, we check the skills of your team that will be involved in the development of your solution. Under resources, we will check other resources other than people resources. So, for example, if you have infrastructure, or if you have a license that you would like to use to develop your solution. Under risk management, you should inform us or present the risk that you foreseen and how you would like to mitigate them. And also, in this case, you should provide information about GDPR or any legal constraints that your project might face during the implementation phase. When external evaluation will be done and all scores will be assigned by external evaluators, we will check the threshold. As is included in guide for applicants, the threshold for individual criteria is 3, and the other threshold applied to the sum of 3 individual criteria will be 10. All applications above the threshold will be sent to consensus meeting. And at this stage, we will also assign extra 1 score to all proposals that were submitted by consortia composed of SME applicants registered in 2 different eligible countries. And in case of ties, we will use transversal criteria, impact scores, implementation scores, and excellence score to determine the final ranking list. The next evaluation stage is jury day. We would like to organize this jury day on site if the situation, pandemic situation, will allow us. We would like to invite up to 31 projects that will have a chance to give a pitch and answer questions from their jury members. Each applicant invited to the jury day will receive financial support for preparation and travel costs. It will be €1,000 per consortium. And please remember that participation in jury day, online or on-site, it's a mandatory element of the selection process. We require that at least one consortium member will be present at the jury day. And for this jury day, you should prepare a video pitch and you should deliver it in advance. And be prepared that before jury day, we will do a really basic formal check. And we will sign a mini grant agreement to cover this €1,000 lump sum for the preparation and travel costs. How to apply? For application, we will use FundingBox platform. Here's a link to apply. So first you should log in or sign up, then choose the right funding instrument and press the button apply. And then you can start filling your application. Because the project will be submitted by consortia of at least 2 entities, we advise you to select one person or one partner who will be a, let's say, consortium leader or team leader, and will be in charge of preparing the application and will be the contact person for the further stages of evaluation process and for us to communicate with. Fill the application, make sure that all the questions are answered, and submit your application on time. Please be aware that after submitting your application, you can still edit it before the open call deadline. And here you can see the open call calendar. So the deadline is on 26th of April. Then from end of April to end of June, we will have selection process. And jury day is planned at the end of June. We will announce the date on our website soon, but it should be around second half of June. Then after jury day, we will announce the results, and selected proposal will be invited to SME check, legal check, and need to finish the ethical check before sub-grant agreement, called here also FSTP agreement, will be signed. Then we would like to start a support program in September, and this program will last up to 12 months. And here you can see the overview of the support program. So for both instruments, support program will last up to 12 months and will be divided into 2 equal stages, 6 months each. In the middle, we will have interim review to check your progress, how you are dealing, and at the end, we will have a final review to approve your progress, your deliverables, and to confirm payments. And payments will be made twice. At the beginning of a project, you will be asked to develop a follow-up plan where you include your goals, your KPIs, deliverables, and after validation and improvement of this follow-up plan, you will receive 20% of the lump sum, and the rest 80% will be paid after the end of support program. And here there's a bunch of tips for you to prepare well for this open call. So please remember that you need to invest some time to prepare a good application. Before you do it, please check if your project fits to our domain, challenges, and overall scope of the SecurIT project. Choose the right funding instrument based on maturity of your solution. Remember that you can apply only to one instrument in this course, so no point to submit more than one proposal. Check the eligibility requirements. Check if you are a consortium of at least 2 SME, and check if you have any potential conflict of interest. Read the subgrant agreement before you apply, before you submit your proposal. Subgrant agreement will be available soon on our webpage. And try to, when answering the question, when filling the application, please try to be convincing for evaluators and check all the selection criteria to address them well. Also check the payment procedure, timeline, condition. You can find also details in frequently asked questions. Do not be surprised later on. Agree also with your consortium partner how the grant will be distributed within your consortium, because it's up to you how you are going to distribute the grant. Remember only that one SME can receive not more than 60,000 euro. Of course, build your consortium. If you struggle with finding a partner, please use our matchmaking events or contact us directly, and we will try to support you. If you are going to apply to demonstration instrument, please also plan your demonstration. Also provide us detail how and when and with whom you would like to perform demonstration of your solution. Remember to address, of course, one of the challenges. Here's innovation is key. And please also remember that examples provided to illustrate each challenge are just example, and if you have idea that is beyond what is included there, it can still be accepted and supported. And of course, remember about the European dimension of your project. As a summary, you can find our information on SecurIT website, and also on the website dedicated to the application. If you have any question, you can reach us using direct email info.securit@foundingbox.com, and we will try to answer as soon as possible. And at the end, final reminder, please remember about our matchmaking session that is planned for the afternoon on 17th February. And we also invite you to the second webinar before the matchmaking session at 10:30 at the same day. So here you will have registration link for both sessions. And this is it from my side. Now I'm waiting for your question. So my colleague Marta, she is with us, will read a question, and we will try together with Adeline answer.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It seems like you explained it very well because we only have a few questions here. So I will start with the first one that we received. The question is, should the SME be in different countries? Should the SMEs be in different countries?
Okay, so the requirement is that SME should be registered in one of eligible countries or associate countries. And as a consortium, you need to be two SME, and you can be registered at the same country. There's no problem. But if you will manage to find your consortium partner SME from different countries than you are registered, you will receive extra score during evaluation of your proposal. So we encourage you to look for partner from different countries, but it's not mandatory requirement.
We have another question here regarding a template for the proposal. I think they're referring to the form. So maybe we can go a little bit more into detail into the how the proposals should be submitted.
Okay, so you have an online application form available under the link that I showed before. So here at Founding Box web page, you will find application form to bottom to different application form from different instruments. When you register into our platform and click button apply, you will open the application form, and it's divided to different sections. You need to provide some basic legal information about your company. Then you should focus on providing information that address our selection criteria. And then at the end, there's some section refers to some declaration, confirmation, and consent. You can submit your application when it's ready, when all required mandatory fields are filled in. But you can also come back and re-edit it and submit again. We will do evaluation based on based only on information provided in the application form. It's not very long, but in some cases, to answering some question well, probably you will need to dedicate some time to look for specific data. Yeah, so an advice here, tip here is please be as specific as possible. So try to provide not general answer, but try to be specific and detailed. So evaluators appreciate it. I hope that I answer this question.
Thanks. We also have Adeline, sorry.
On the application form, we can also say that you can already start an application, and then you can come back as many times as you want on your application. So you already can have a look at all the questions now and all the sections that needs to be filled in, and you can still think about it for a few days or weeks, and you can fill it whenever you want. You can start and then close it, and we start again. So it's really free, and you can really have a look at the questions now. So it's quite easy.
Exactly, that's important. That's a very good point to clarify. We have another question about eligibility. Is an English partner eligible?
Yes. Yes, we we were checking this with project officer, and she confirmed that application submitted by company registered in United Kingdom are eligible.
And we also have another question about the whole application process confidentiality. Is the application process confidential?
Yes, all information provided in the application form is confidential at this stage, so only people involved in the evaluation process will have access to the data, and this is it. But please be aware that during implementation of the project, because if you will be selected, you will receive public money, you will need to disclose some information about your project. Of course, not critical information, but you should be prepared for like public some general description of your solution and some kind of data explaining what you are doing using the public money.
We have another question specifically for the demonstration application. In this case, can one of the SMEs be an IT solution developer and the other SME be the partner where the demonstration will be executed?
Yes, it will be ideal composition of a consortium. Yes.
And another one would be, could you please provide more details on the project expenses that are eligible, and which percentage of the overall project expenses will be covered by the grant?
Okay, so the way how we are going to distribute the money is a lump sum. This means that we are giving you money, and we will not ask you to provide us any invoices or any timesheet and so on. For us, the main check will be to check if you are reach the KPIs and deliverables that you stated in the follow-up plan. And if you deliver what was promised, you will receive the money. But please be aware that despite our consortium, you should collect both invoices, recipe, timesheet, in case some check made by some European Commission services or by your tax offices and so on. What are the eligibility expenses? So as in Horizon 2020, we will apply the same model. So it's personal cost, other direct cost, and also some subcontracting is possible, but limited to 30% of the current amount. You will be asked to specify this distribution and follow-up plan. So we will ask you to provide the estimation of how the cost will be divided, but we have the main group, the main categories of the expenses that can be covered by lump sum.
We have another question about the type of applicants. Can the research institute take part in this call?
It depends on the legal status of this research institute, because it depends on the country. Sometimes this research institution is also registered as enterprise, and in this case, yes, can participate and be funded. But if this is, for example, huge institution, huge organization, and cannot be considered as SME, then this research institution can participate, but cannot receive funding. So in this case, we should have a consortium of 2 SME and plus this research institution, which will be part of consortium, but will not receive any money from SecurIT.
Okay, we have a question about the financial check. What is requested to check the financials of the company? Which criteria is used to check the financial health of the company?
Okay, so in the application form, we just ask you to declare that based on your knowledge, you are not in difficult situation, and you are not under liquidation. And this is sufficient for the application stage. But later on, during formal check, legal check, before sub-grant agreement will be signed, we will check your condition details, your financial statements, based on general rules applied by European Commission. This is a specific regulation document. My colleague Sławek can copy in chat, paste in chat the link to this regulation. So this is general regulation that apply to all European Union, to SME check, and there are some requirements how we can measure if somebody is in difficult situation or under liquidation or not. So we will apply both rules. So Sławek, if you will be so kind and paste the link, I will appreciate it.
Yeah, maybe you can send it to me if you want, and I will post it later. And I have a last question. I don't know if someone else has another one. And is a project related to hardware sensors prototyping for specific challenges eligible? Should I repeat? Is a project related to hardware sensors prototyping for specific challenges eligible?
Okay, so maybe here I will ask Adeline to help me reply to a specific question.
Sorry, I'm not sure I understood the question.
I think it's about hardware. Yeah, if
yeah,
hardware.
It's about the type of project that is going to be funded. If it's related to hardware sensors prototyping, would it be eligible in that case?
Well, the project that will be submitted needs to be addressing one of the challenges, whether it's a prototype or demonstration in the 3 main domains. But sorry, I'm not sure I really got all the the questions. So I will take note and will send you the answer afterwards.
Yeah, maybe the person that wrote the question can rephrase it maybe for us, so we can understand better what is you looking for. We have another question in the meantime. The maximum amount offer of 60k euro, is it per SME or per consumption or per consortium?
Okay, so this is per SME. Per consortium, there is 74,000 euro per prototyping and 88,000 euro per demonstration. So different amount per consortium, and within consortium, the maximum per SME, per one SME, per one single entity is 60,000 euro.
Okay, it seems we do not have any more questions. I don't know if someone else wants to. Yeah, we have the last one here. Sorry, I did not understand what percentage of the project is covered.
Okay, what percent of the project? Okay, so you receive a lump sum, and you can use everything for cover the cost of your project. So we do not have the rule of, for example, 70% of cost is covered. So you can cover all the costs within this this lump sum. So we do not expect that you will have your own money that you would like to spend on a project. So 100% of cost can be covered by SecurIT project, in other words.
Yeah. Okay, so we do not have any more questions, but I would like also to remind. Oh, we have another one here. Where is the jury day planned? When?
Where?
Where? The question is where.
The second half of June, and probably in France, probably in Paris, but it's not confirmed yet. But we are planning to do it like this, if it will be possible to travel, of course, for everybody. If not, the jury day will be online.
Okay. So I don't have no more questions. I would like anyway to remind that I will collect all the questions and we can send it afterwards to follow up with you. Yeah, we got the last question. We always have another one. So please, the question of the hardware and sensors is very interesting. When you have the answer, send it to our brief. Yeah, so when we have the question about this hardware prototyping, we can send to all this one and the rest of the questions answered that we can use to update the frequently asked question to the.
Yes, we will add this question and answer to our documents on the web page. So we encourage you to check the section document, open web page to see the updates. And this was the last point in our agenda for today. So thank you so much for your time and participation. I wish you a good luck in preparation your proposal, and would like to invite you to the second webinar and matchmaking session that will be held on 17 February, so next week. Thank you so much and wish you a nice afternoon.